Hey there, it's Matt with the Rhinestone World. This tutorial is going to walk you through how to complete a 3-color rhinestone design with registration points. Now what the registration points are for is to line up your design perfectly for each one. So if you have a 3-color design where all the different colors are in different spots on the shirt and you don't really have anything to go off of or an outline, the registration points make it so every single design, when you're layering the 3 different colors, comes out perfect in the exact same spot on each shirt. Now what you want to do is, like right here we're brushing in the first color of the design. As you can see on the left hand side of the design there's 2 registration points or 2 circles that are in the template. Now those 2 circles are in the exact same spot of all 3 templates. So when you transfer your first part of the design here, after you brush everything in, when you put your hotfix tape over it, it's going to pull up 2 stones out of those 2 circles. So that way when you move to your next template, you're going to fit those 2 stones perfectly into the 2 circles on the next template, and that's going to be able to perfectly line up the design for that second color. And then you'll do that for each color after that. So as you can see, we just finished the first color of the design. We're brushing away any excess stones. Now we're going to apply our hotfix tape. Now this is the same process if you've ever layered vinyl, anything like that, with registration points. It's the exact same thing, we're just doing it with rhinestones now. So we're looking here, make sure all the stones look good. That's a cloudy stone right there, so we're going to replace it with a good one. You always want to look over your stones, just make sure you don't have any chipped stones, any cloudy stones in the design, just so it's going to look great for your customer. Now that we have all the stones away, we're going to go ahead and apply the hotfix tape. As you can see, the hotfix tape on the first layer here is very easy. Just make sure obviously the tape's bigger than the design. You're just going to push down firmly with your hands and just pull it up from a corner. Any stones that you see that don't come up right away, just push it down with your finger, they'll come right up on the tape. So we just finished our first part of the design. Now we're going to start our second part. Now this number 2 is going to go right in the middle of where it said hard and shake on the first one. So in order to line that up without registration points, we kind of have to eyeball it and guess every single time. So sometimes you're going to miss a little to the left, sometimes to the right, sometimes you might be too high or too low. Well, with the registration points, it's always going to be in the exact same spot. So as you can see on the left-hand side of this template again, you can see the 2 stones or the 2 red stones in those 2 circles. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab the 2 stones out of those circles, because we already have 2 stones on the transfer tape. So I'm going to pull those 2 stones out real quick with my finger, and now I'm lining up the clear stones into those holes. So we have those all lined up. We just drop our transfer down right here, push down on the 2 just like we did the first part. Once we pull it back up, it's lined up perfectly exactly how our design is. Now we're going to move on to the third color of this design. As you can see, everything's looking good so far. The 2's lined up perfectly with it. Now with the third color, Motorsports is going to go around the 2 on either side and then in between the hard and the shake. So again, nothing that we can really go off of eyeballing other than guessing where it would go. So without the registration points, this wouldn't line up perfectly on every shirt. So if you're making 15 shirts for a company, and they're going to be wearing them at the same time, if everything's not lined up perfect, it's not going to look good. So we got that all brushed in. Again, we're going to get rid of the 2 stones on the outside right there. We're going to grab our transfer sheet that has our first 2 colors on it. It still has those clear stones. And we're going to line those 2 clear stones up perfectly with those 2 registration points, or those 2 circles on the left-hand side. Have that lined up, drop it down. Again, everything lines up perfectly. So there we go. You just completed a 3-color design with registration points. We could make 50 of these templates and all of them would look the exact same. You don't have to worry about lining anything up. And every shirt that you sell to those customers is going to look perfect. Then the last step in this process is you need to remove those registration points or those 2 stones. Obviously you don't want to press those on the shirt, so just pull the hotfix tape up a little bit, grab those 2 stones off. Now this transfer right here, 3 colors, is ready to press onto your shirt to look great for your customer. Remember to check the website for all of our Rhinestone Business Starter Kits, obviously all of our alphabet template downloads that are huge right now, all of our custom rhinestone transfers, your hotfix Korean and Chinese stones. We also have the hotfix tape that you need for pulling the stones off, and all your hard templates. If you need any hard templates for any of the designs, this is a baseball mom design here. And then our rhinestone file downloads of all of our stock designs as well. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for discounts, tutorials, new products, blogs, videos, and more. And if you do have any questions, make sure to contact us at matt@thedecalworld.com or visit the website at www.therhinestoneworld.com.